Hi, my name is Marta Sofia Payan, and I'm going to talk about the story of the Antwerp Six brand and a short biography of two of those members. The Antwerp Six was a group of six young designers. They all started in 1986 when they graduated of the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Antwerp, Belgium. Then they rented a van. With it, they crossed all of Europe to present their collection during London Fashion Week. The six presented their collection on top floor of the British Designer Show, which was hosting the event, but no buyer came to them. Also, all of the great designers in that building were wedding specialists and displayed their collection on the first floor. The next day, they began to distribute flyers to make themselves known. And it was on the third day when they managed to attract the public and have repercussions in the media. That day, they began to have sales. Part of the garments were acquired by Barneys and Liberty. Then the legends began. Since then, they created a revolution in the world of fashion. Each one had their own style, but with one thing in common: they were different from the rest, pioneers in creating a protest movement against the imposed canons. They managed to change the international vision and brought a totally new aesthetic to fashion weeks around the world. They stood out for their avant-garde, challenge, and transgressive designs. Their designs attracted attention. Seeing them was like a show, which at the same time made you reflect. The prestige was so great that the Antwerp Academy attracted new generations of talent, such as Raf Simons, Veronique Brankiel, Kat Tilly, and Anna Heylin. The Antwerp's Six have left a legacy. They are the inspiration of generations. They are creators, innovators, and their designs are works of art that express stories and follow the trend within their own style. Their philosophy was: the essence of fashion is to express who you are. Each one had their own symbolic style, but with one thing in common: they were different from the rest. First of all, Marina Yee is committed to sustainable and long-lasting fashion. For this reason, she's an expert in the reconstruction of second-hand garments, in addition to designing customers for theatrical performances. Then, Dries Van Noten. He seeks elegance in his designs with color, craftsmanship, and folklore, highlighting its scarves, made of exotic and printed fabrics inspired by countries such as Morocco and Egypt. Then there is Anne de Mallister, noted for her dramatic designs. They presented a marked Gothic, dark, nostalgic, and elegant inspiration. Walter van Beirendonck. He encompasses color, futurism, and ethnic and the graphic. It is inspired by music, literature, and art. In addition, he designs costumes for theater, cinema, and ballet. Dirk Bickenbergs is committed to the avant-garde and sportier fashion without neglecting glamour, comfort, love, and modern designs. Dirk Van Zijn has limited collections and is also dedicated to painting, which he uses to create hand-painted garments and textile reproductions. The aesthetic is simpler while still being novel. The challenges that they had on their way, there were no more challenges when they broke the rules, when they all merged into creating a brand contemplating everyone's different taste and style, and creating some pieces never seen before, breaking all stereotypes of what fashion should be. A fun fact about the Six is that this name was given at the British Designer Show in 1986 because the press had a hard time pronouncing each one of their names. So now they're called the Antwerp Six. Another fun fact is that Martin Margiela is the unofficial member of the group, and people call them as the Antwerp 6+1. Margiela didn't follow the group to London at the time, but he is still the key member of the graduating class with the rest. There was not so many financial data information about them, but the money they earned was immediately invested into their own collections, with the dream of establishing their own labels. For example, Anne net worth is $20 million, as well as her brand value. Dries' net worth is $10 million, as well as his brand value. Walter's net worth is $1.5 million. Dirk Bickenberg's net worth is $1.5 million. Dirk Van Zijn net worth is unknown. And Marina net worth is $1.3 million. At last, I would like to tell a short biography of Anne Timmermeester and of Dries Van Noten. Anne Timmermeester is a Belgian fashion designer who launched her label in 1985 in collaboration with her husband, the photographer Patrick Robin. She held her first catwalk show in Paris in 1991, and in 1996, following the debut of her menswear line, she became one of the first designers to showcase both men and women's collection in one presentation. Over time, she managed to build a successful business around her Gothic Bohemian-inspired collections. But in November 2013, she announced that she would leave her namesake label. Dries Van Noten. He is the third generation in a family of tailors. Dries Van Noten's grandfather reworked second-hand clothes during the two world wars, and his father owned a large high-end boutique. With his mother working in a store and collected antique lining and lace, he was introduced to fashion from a very early age. He attended shows in Milan, Dusseldorf, and Paris with his father. There, he learned about the commercial and technical side of fashion, with a greater interest in designing than selling. He enrolled a career in fashion design. After graduating, he carried on freelancing designing while designing his own collection of t-shirts, trousers, and blazers. In 1986, he launched his collection to immediate success, selling to Barney's New York, Whistles in London, and Paw in Amsterdam. That same year, he opened a small boutique in Antwerp's Gallery Arcade, selling his men and women's collection. In 1989, he moved from the boutique into a 5-story former department store which he restored. In 2007, he opened a boutique in Paris, and in 2009, he opened another one in Tokyo. That following year, he opened his first men's store in Paris. In 2020, Dries Van Noten was nominated by the CFDA for International Designer of the Year award. He also opened stores in Shanghai, China, as well in Los Angeles, United States. Thank you very much.